We are now in the 11th video in this 15 video series, and today we're going to be talking about driving a change program throughout the organization. In the previous video, we looked at how you can enable your senior leaders, and now we're going to drive it down into every part of the business. As you will know from previous change programs, the number one predictor of successful change is a strong senior leader that is driving this change throughout the organization, not only explaining why change is important for everyone else, but how it's affecting their way of working. And hopefully we've been covering that through this series, and that you at the top of the organization are already embodying many of these behaviors as an AI-enabled executive. In yesterday's video, we talked about all of your different leaders. Maybe that's of a geography, maybe it's of a BU, but all of your different leaders being enabled and empowered and inspired themselves for using AI across their own role and the teams that they're leading. And so now we've got to think, how do we get that to filter down across the entire organization? Now, earlier on this year, I went to the AI Summit in London, a 2-day event where a number of executives from banks, from retail, from government organizations talked about how they were embedding AI across their organizations. And one of the most inspiring sessions that I attended was from a couple of senior leaders from a company called Holiday Extras. Holiday Extras, as they explained, sell you everything apart from the holiday. So it's the insurance, it's the parking, it's the car rental, all of those types of things. And their senior leader, the CEO, is driving AI across the organization. And as a result of that, they won the AI Implementor of the Year award. And they walked through some of the key strategies that they had used to embed AI across each of their teams. And I'm going to call out a couple of those topics that they discussed, and that can hopefully inform how you go about this. So the first thing was about raising awareness. So running a series of expos, of lunch and learns, of little ways of explaining how AI can be used across the organization. One specific example that the Holiday Extras team used was to set up some AI avatars that were based on senior leaders' faces and voices. And at these lunch and learns or these expos, colleagues were able to program what these executives were saying, or ask them to say something. And it just made it a little bit of fun, and understanding that AI is more than just a chat box that you're putting questions into. Actually, we can start to create new visual and audio experiences. So that's the first. It's about raising awareness and making everyone at any level of the organization understand what AI is and how it might be used. The second is about creating a place where they can play safely. So how do we, having inspired our teams, give them the ability to test and learn, but without risking company data or intellectual property? And so this involves creating safe places within our composable architecture that we've talked about previously, that people can access the right models, they can test it out within their own context without fear of breaking your governance, compliance, ethics rules that you've set up. So making sure that people have got access to the tools within your environment. The next is about going and training people. So you've got access to these safe play tools. Now do we explain to people, how do you go beyond just the basic use of a chat window in ChatGPT or Claude? This can involve prompting. prompting masterclasses. How is it that you create a prompt? How is it that you provide the tool with a little bit of context about your role or about the business or about the customer that you're working with to get the best out of the AI? And so this can involve either in-person workshops that you run around the company. These can involve virtual workshops. They can involve on-demand sessions that people can access from your intranet. They can involve office hours sessions where people can drop in with a particular request, but make sure that people have got access to the right kind of training to be able to use these tools in the right way. Next up, there are a couple of techniques which are really impactful for rolling out AI. So the first is an AI business partner. Now, you might be familiar with this in your HR team. So you might have an HR business partner. This is someone in HR that is aligned to the sales team, that is aligned to the product team. And this person represents HR, but understands a bit more about the context of that team or that geography, that function, and provides some support. So consider having an AI business partner team. These are individuals that are part of your core centralized AI team, but they are almost on secondment out to different functions. So this is someone that understands AI, that understands the tools and the composable architecture that you've built, but they are also then attending the team meetings, the planning sessions, the process reviews of the team that they're on secondment to. So when people are talking about, we need to build out a new sales process, we're redefining our product launch process, or we're rebuilding how we're running one-to-ones, the AI business partner has got their AI hat on and said, well, we could build a custom GPT for this. We could build a Claude project for that. And we can actually get some real AI use cases going in the business. So this is about people from the AI team going into the business. The alternative to that is what we might call an AI ambassador or an AI accelerator. Often you might see in a change program, you've got a change champion. This is someone that is within the business team, but is a hand raiser. I'm really keen. I use ChatGPT at home. I'm been learning how to build custom GPTs. I'm really excited to be, an early adopter and pulling this stuff forward. So here is where you look across all of the teams in your organization and you ask people to raise their hands, and these people start to get enhanced training and coaching. These are the people that get advanced access to some of the tools that you might be rolling out. They understand the business process. They understand what that business team is trying to do. And by giving them this early access to some of the AI tools, they're going to bring that into that particular function. You're going to take the business process and give it to your AI functionality and tools. So the AI business partner is taking AI to the business. The AI ambassador is bringing the business to the AI. And then the final part of this is about reward and recognize. Where you uncover business teams, business people that are coming up with new ways of using your AI technology to drive business process change, to drive automation and efficiency, to drive the creativity, to really expand the capabilities of what that team is able to do. These are the people that you want to be putting up on a pedestal, because the impact that they are having, not just in the tools and the processes that they're changing, but on inspiring everyone to understand that this is a new way of working. It's so important. So some ways of thinking about doing that. Well, do you have a weekly or monthly all hands where you can feature an AI use case of the month? Do you have an intranet site where you can demo or show videos of how these use cases are being used? Do you provide restricted stock options or share options, some way of providing some significant monetary thanks and recognition to these people? Can you provide these people with access to senior executives for coaching and career advancement? You want to be in a situation where people clearly understand that if you come up with a way of implementing and embedding AI in your workflow, you are on the express elevator to the top of the business, because this is what is going to fundamentally transform what our organization looks like in 2 or 3 years. So that is the core of a successful change enablement program, as exhibited by Holiday Extras. And I'll put a link to a more detailed article about the Holiday Extras program in this video. Of course, it starts with senior stakeholders at the top that are driving and empowering everyone to make this change. It takes having your senior leaders on board so that they can give people in their organizations permission and the time to be able to do this, and then drive out the awareness, the training, the system to enable these people to work, and then reward and recognize those that take it on board and are successful. I hope you find that useful. And then in tomorrow's video, we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can bring all of this together to drive your strategy forward. I'll see you then.